Good morning and welcome to the Welcome Home with Monique show right here on KUNV 91.5 Jazz and More. I am Monique Buchanan with Realty. No, not with Realty. With eXp Realty. And today we're talking about something that I know is on a lot of people's minds, right? With everything going on in the world right now, from inflation to high interest rates to uncertainty, we see it on the news every day. Many people are wondering, is now a really good time to buy? So that's what we're going to tackle today. But before we do, we want to give a shout out to all of our fathers out there. Hey, we love you guys, whether you're a stepfather, adopted father, a play father down the street that's taking a child in that maybe the dad has to work a lot. Listen, we appreciate you. We love you. We see you. And I want to say, me and Becky, thank you. Thank you so much for taking that time that you could be spending doing whatever you want to do, and you're blessing a child. And thank you to all the great fathers out there that are holding it down for their kids. So we love you. Happy Father's Day, everybody. And of course, happy Juneteenth as well, right? The true Independence Day where all Americans were actually free. So I love you guys. Celebrating Juneteenth out there. Love you guys. And we're going to go ahead and jump into the show. So like I said, maybe you've been seeing the headlines. You know, maybe you're worried about your credit, student loans, your job, or whether the prices are going to come down or not. You know, a lot of people have those little rumors. Oh, it's going to be 2008 again, which no, there's nothing that says it's going to be that. But hey, maybe that's something you're thinking about. So today we're going to tackle some of the biggest fears and misconceptions that are keeping people from becoming homeowners, right? So joining me as always is my amazing real estate partner, Ms. Becky. And today we're going to answer those questions for you guys. We're hearing these questions every day, right, from buyers. So we thought, you know what, let's do a back and forth question and answer kind of thing. So hopefully we touch on something that maybe you've been thinking about, right, Beck? Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I'm so happy to be here as always.
As always.
Yes.
And what did you get Chris for Father's Day?
You're going to laugh, but I have been influenced, folks. I have been influenced online with little dinky stuff sometimes. And Chris loves, music and things like that. I got him, they had this little symbol that you attach on the, when you're driving down the street on your truck. Uh-huh. So when he's jamming out, he can just like tap the cymbals and play his drums.
That's cute. That is a good idea because he is a drum player.
Yes, he loves his guitars and his drums. So,
I love Chris. I call him Christopher Wobbins. That's my Christopher Wobbins.
I love him.
Well, me and the girls got my husband, he loves the fish. We got him some cheesy T-shirts, One's pretty funny. One says, everybody loves a good pole dance, but it has a fish on the end of the pole.
Love it. Love it.
Then, he plays basketball in the leagues over at Tark. So we got him a new basketball backpack. And that's pretty much it. Pat on the back. And I think the girls we're going to Utah this weekend to go out to San Hollow, but the girls were renting a big old, a big house, and we're all splitting the costs like 4 couples. And the kids are all coming with us, and they're making the daddy's breakfast. And of course, my little daddy with his little peanut head is coming.
Got to get daddy out there.
Yes.
We're just going to do pedicures and a massage this weekend for him as well. So,
yeah, that's a good gift for men. They don't do it often. A lot of men don't. But even me and my dad go get our nails done. We get pedicures together, and then he gets a manicure. And he always talks about, he says it makes his feet feel like they can breathe.
Yeah, right? Got to take care of them feet.
So we love you guys. However, you're spending your Father's Day and recognizing Juneteenth. That was Friday. And so we want to, pay honor and tribute to that holiday as well. It is so important. I'm so glad that people are starting to learn exactly what that is. And if you don't know, that is when actually the Texas slaves found out that they were no longer slaves, but it had already been a couple years that they were actually free.
Yeah, they didn't even know.
Isn't that terrible? Yeah. But hey.
History
matters, you guys. History matters, so it's important to know it. But anyways, all right, Beck, so here's our first question, okay? So with everything going on in the world, some people feel like maybe they should just wait. So why are people still buying homes then, Becky? Some talking points for us to talk about are people still need a place to live regardless what happens in this world. And I don't know about you, but I've heard you say it actually a couple times. With the war, with all this uncertainty, the one thing I do want to be certain of,
the roof over my head,
is where I'm laying my head. Me and my children are laying our heads. I want to know that that's locked in. So
Absolutely.
quick fun fact, or not fun fact, forgive me, not a fun fact, y'all. But a quick story. This just happened last week. My friend who's a neighbor of mine, she texts me, Monique, my owner is selling the property. How often do we get that text? She has been there 8 years. She's been my neighbor for, well, she's only been my neighbor 2 years, but she's been my friend for probably about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And she would always tell me, because of course I was in her ear, you guys, hey. So luckily she did go ahead and start putting her tips into the bank account, which is great. But right now she's going to need a year to save up a little bit of money for down payment. So she's got to get a rental. But that's the good news, is that she did, start making those steps towards home ownership. So I'm going to stick with her, of course, get her into a rental for a year, and then we'll go ahead and buy. But guys, this is happening everywhere. A lot of people are offloading right now. Mm-hmm. I've got about 7 listings, right? And that's because a lot of people are they're liquidating, right? They're trying to get cash heavy right now in a time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To make sure they've got that accessible to them. So there's a lot of listings popping on the market, which is great for our buyers.
Yeah.
Because now buyers are being picky, and they have the right to be.
It's true.
They can be picky. So a mortgage payment is often more predictable than rent increases or being told that you have 30 days to move out because they're selling the property. So that's another reason to buy, okay? Homeownership provides stability and control. Many buyers are prioritizing security, knowing where they're going to be able to lay their heads with their families for the next 30 years, right? So one thing I want to hear, one thing that I do hear is I'm waiting for these interest rates to come down. So what do you say to those people when they say, I'm waiting for the interest rates to come down?
Well, obviously, case in point, we always kind of go, you can refinance later. So, I know a lot of people, they that cheesy line, date the rate, marry the house.
It's pretty cheesy.
It's cheesy.
But it's true.
But there's a lot that can be done with that.
Right.
And it does offer a lot of options for people right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about before, when, the rates are high, you have less competition. Once that comes down, you're fighting for that house. You're going to pay more.
You're going to waive appraisals. You're going to overpay for the house. You're going to, turn yourself into a pretzel.
Yeah.
Because you've got 10 other people that want the house that you and your wife want.
Yeah.
Or you and your significant other, whatever.
Yeah, you can't always buy the same house later. You find that house now, you're waiting around, sitting on the sidelines, waiting for that rate to drop. That house is gone. Somebody else came in.
So my buyers right now are just purchasing and just planning to refi down the road. But at least they're getting the house that they want, and they get to be choosy right now. Yeah. And like we've always said, you guys, for the last 1.5 years, 2 years, we've been getting, amazing amounts from sellers. We're closing Monday. That client, I got another $10,000 for. He's like, oh, Monique, they sent me wiring instructions. And this is a chief firefighter from Creech that came here from Virginia. Yeah, he's so sweet. And he goes, Mo, they sent me wiring instructions. And I go, guess what? You have nothing to wire. You know what? Tell them to wire back your $4,000 that you put down on the house.
Hello.
We got that money for you, honey.
That's right.
And you should have seen the smile on his face. He's like, oh, I can use that money to buy new furniture. And he's thinking about getting a small pool put in the backyard. He told me he found a company that starts off at like $35,000 and only $400 a month payments for a small pool.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's excited. Great home we got him. 3-car garage, single story. And he's so excited. The only thing it was missing was a pool, and now even that's affordable.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
So, Becky, what about the people that have student loans and they think, oh, I don't qualify anymore because I've got $150,000 in student loans?
We've had several clients. It does not automatically disqualify you. Believe me. Nope. Believe me.
No, it does not. And now they've changed the rules. A couple years back, they changed the rules and the guidelines on that. So now it's really helping people qualify. So even if you got told no, a couple years ago, you want to look back into it because they've really loosened it and try to help people become homeowners now that have high student debt. I mean, why are you punishing people that were doing the right thing, going and getting their education?
That
kills me.
Yeah, it does. It does. But I just, when it comes to all of these that we're talking about today, this one particularly, but many of the myths that we talk about, don't make assumptions.
5 minutes.
Yeah, just talk it out.
You can give us a phone call, and you can make sure before you go spending $6,000, $7,000, $10,000, $12,000 on a rental.
Yeah. And nobody's going to make you feel bad. Don't ever think that. I know a lot of people kind of have that unsure, they're self-conscious, they're like, no, this really isn't for me.
Right.
No, you really don't know that it really is for you.
Right. right? And they're always so happy, thrilled, and shocked.
Yeah.
That is not as hard as they anticipated it to be. And don't let your assuming count you out.
That's right.
Of being a homeowner, right?
Absolutely. So I got a question, Mo. What if someone has child support and they think homeownership is out of reach?
Oh my goodness. That's, that does not automatically prevent you from being approved, you guys, just so you know, okay? They're simply going to calculate that into your debt to income. And if you don't know what that means, is debt to income means what you got going out and what you got coming in. There's a ratio, right? So there's many homeowners that successfully qualify, even with paying child support. All right. So every situation is different. All right. They got to take a look, figure it out for you, give you the roadmap. A lot of times there's, ways around that or other, subsidies that are coming in that can offset that. So just don't automatically think because you have child support and you're taking care of your baby that you can't buy a home for your baby.
Again, don't assume.
Right. Don't assume. All right. I got one for you, Beck. I hear people say, I don't have 20% down. My parents told me that you have to put 20% down for your down payment. So is that still a requirement?
Absolutely not.
Right.
No, ma'am.
We are the queens of that not being a requirement.
That is right.
So let's take a quick pause. Yeah. If you're just tuning in, we are going over some of the thoughts that may be in some of our listeners' heads and in their family and friends' heads of why they're hesitant to buy a home right now, or they've always been hesitant because they believe these myths, or these are just concerns, So we're trying to bust up these myths, put these concerns to bed and give you these answers that, hey, this is what it is with these situations. So these things have come across our table, and that's what we're doing right now. I am Monique Buchanan, the host of the Monique Buchanan Show, with my partner, Becky Coins. And we are real estate agents, not just here in Las Vegas, which this is our home in our valley. My voice is going out. But in all 50 states, you guys, we can assist, and in 24 countries. Shouts out to my daughter that lives in Albania. She is about to move away. She's trying to decide if she's going to move to Morocco for 3 months.
Oh, hey.
Right.
I'm telling you,
right.
That girl.
She's something else. Or she said, Mom, I might just go to Croatia. So we can help you in all, 24 countries, okay? We mean it when we say it. You can reach my website at welcomehomewithmonique.com, welcomehomewithmonique.com, or IG is at Realtor Monique Buchanan. That's Monique, MONIQUE, BUCHANAN on IG. Welcome Home Show. Oh, there goes my voice again. Welcome Home Show 91.5 at Gmail is my email. If you're more comfortable just emailing me, you can also text 702-984-3700. That is our phone number, 702-984-3700. Guys, we're here to answer your questions and make you more knowledgeable on the biggest purchase you're going to make, more than likely in your entire life.
That's right.
That's what we're here to do, walk you through it, give you all options, make sure you understand every step of the way what you're doing and your options, right? You're not in the dark kind of feeling around, oh, I hope this works. No, we don't want that. That's what we pride ourselves on. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, 702-984-3700.
Yeah, so back to our 20% down situation. There's multiple options. With an FHA loan, you can go in as little as 3.5% down. And remember, when we're getting those closing costs on top of that, that's
what you really bring into the table.
Yeah.
And that's, you guys, just so you know, you're considered a first-time home buyer if you have been renting for the last 3 years and you don't currently have your name on anybody's property. Okay? So if you have not had your name on any property as an owner, cosigner, any of that for 3 years, congratulations. Under FHA guidelines, you are considered a first-time homebuyer, and you qualify exactly for what Miss Becky just said, 3.5% down,
That's right.
as well as our zero down programs,
That's
which we
right.
pride ourselves on. Coming out of pocket with what for down payment?
Zero.
Right? And then what are we getting them in many cases? $8,000 to $10,000 in closing cost, and we're talking everybody like $600,000 or less. We've been getting around that much. I go for way more if it's over that.
Could you imagine like some of these people that get, hung up on this? I don't think I can do it. I got to have this 20% down. And then to find out later that they could walk in for less than a security deposit on a
the
new
rental property. And it's so true, you guys. That's why, that's the motivation, man. We come here and we record this show hoping that, it will reach somebody. Mm-hmm. And it'll, stop them from believing the lies in their head. And they'll go ahead and 5-minute conversation. Mm-hmm. 702-984-3700. They will go ahead and say, let me call and get these answers. And let me just see before I put that rental app in.
That's right. Just a phone call.
You could be sitting in your brand new home for Christmas, Halloween, and Thanksgiving because you took 5 minutes to find out and own that property instead of inviting family over to.
Not worrying about the holes in the walls. You want to put your pictures up.
Right. Right. Your rental where you can't even paint your dog. You have to give your dog to your cousin because you can't take it. I mean, it's sad, but this is real.
Yeah, or you hide in the dog. We all know you've done it.
Hide in the dog, lying about you having a dog. In fact, my client, well, my neighbor that I'm going to help, she has 2 big dogs. And a lot of the rental people, the property managers are saying, hey, no dog over 55 pounds. Well, heck, she's got 2 big old dogs.
Yeah, now what
you
do
want
do?
These folks with her kids to give up their dogs, but they do.
I know, it's sad. That's my babies. I couldn't do it.
No, I couldn't do it either. I love my dogs.
But I don't envy anybody that I have to make that decision because what
And
happens
it's
when
sad.
you're stuck?
That's
when you're
like
stuck
a
and you don't
family
have an
member.
option.
Right. You have no other option because guess what happens when I click allows pets? Her list of maybe 100 homes goes down to 40.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And now she's got to slim pickings trying to figure out a house because she's not a homeowner.
Yeah.
Now, a homeowner never has to worry about their
You're not telling me.
dogs.
I'll have my dog just fine, thank you.
and all day and twice on Sunday. I love my animals. But anyway.
And let's not forget our VAs,
No,
our VA buyers.
absolutely not. Absolutely
Zero.
not. Yep, 0 down for our veterans.
0.
In fact, my gentleman that's the Creech, in fact, shouts out to Creech. Shouts out to the firefighters out there. Don't y'all know we love all you firefighters
right.
and police officers. You guys are, man, putting it on the line. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Nurses, doctors,
Yes.
thank you guys so much. And all in between, you know. But anyways, yeah, so he is a veteran, and he's the one that's going to get his $4,000 earnest money back. You guys, he's literally purchasing this home with nothing out of pocket, except he paid for his home warranty. No, he did not, because I got that paid for by the seller. He paid for his home inspection, which was $400, and he paid $700 for his appraisal. That is the complete amount what he spent to buy his home as a veteran.
Less than a security deposit.
Honey, that was $1,100.
That's less than a month's rent.
He bought a $500,000 home with $1,100.
Less than a month's rent.
And he's, you know what? And he deserves it,
Yes, he does.
being a veteran.
Yes, he does.
But guess what? I've got that going on for even people that are not veterans. We do.
Yes, we do.
Using that same 0 down program. He gets it because he's a vet. And we have the 0 down programs, multiple of them that you can choose from as well that we've been using. I've been using these programs for you guys 10 years. And guess what? They don't take no longer than a regular buyer to close on. I closed on my 0 down programs in 3 weeks. I'm putting keys in your hands with 0 down. Guys, that's why we're on here. That's
right.
702-984-3700. That is the number if you are wanting to become a homeowner and you were thinking that it's out of reach. It is not out of reach. Please hear me. It is not. Even, I'll admit this, I had only been a realtor for about a year. I went ahead and said, okay, it's time for me to buy a house. I can't be over here preaching about buying a house and I'm renting. So I said, oh man, I don't know if I was so nervous. I didn't think it was really, I thought something was going to pop up. Something was going to happen where I didn't want my heart to get broke. And I had been selling homes for a year at this point. And I knew the programs worked and I knew all the things, but I still wondered if it was going to happen for me.
Sometimes you just need that extra little push just to...
Yeah. Well, my husband, he pushed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And luckily he did because we're working on multiple properties now.
Yeah, look at
Once
that.
you get that one, it's so funny.
After
Like
that
your
first
son,
one,
like
yep.
your son.
My little real estate mogul now.
Now he's a real estate mogul. Now he's trying to get all his friends like, hey, you can do this. Come on, we're going to get these homes
That's
for
right.
you. So, all right. So what about the people who are renting and think it's just easier to stay where they are? Oh, like my neighbor, bless her heart. And like Alicia, one of our best friends. I've been here for 5+ years. I pay my rent early and he just loves me.
Until
Oh, my
knock,
goodness.
knock, knock.
Yep, until email for her on her birthday. On her birthday in Costa Rica, you've got 30 days to move. So
And
rent payments build someone else's wealth.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the biggest deal, you guys.
That's the number one.
Number one thing. You are literally throwing money down the drain every time you make that payment because you get nothing back for it.
Yeah.
Nothing. Up until recently, you didn't even get good credit for it. You know what I mean? So mortgage payments, they build equity. What do we mean by that? We mean you buy that house for $400,000. Okay, next year it's worth $420,000. Guess what you just made?
$20K.
Guess what you made if you were renting that same $400,000?
Nothing. Zero.
Zip, zero, nada. You don't even get a write-off.
No.
You can't even write off what you paid in rent unless you're a business.
Yeah.
for renting the property.
And usually the rent, not always, but usually is more than the mortgage.
Absolutely. In many cases, you're daggone right, especially with rent now,
Mm-hmm.
So, and also, here's the biggest thing. We have no rent cap here in Nevada.
I know.
None. You know what that means? Every year, your landlord can go up as much as he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And that was happening quite often right after, remember, like a couple years back, right after COVID?
After COVID, they got crazy.
They were trying to make up what they lost.
Yeah.
People were raising the rent $500, $600, $700.
Mm-hmm.
And you heard people on the news talking about it because, hey, they can do it here. We're not California. We're not Washington State, where they do have rent caps, right?
Absolutely. And, your mortgage is it's fixed rate. You got stability.
Yeah.
Your stuff's not jumping all over the place.
Right.
You know what you're paying.
You can count on it. You can book on it. You can make plans because that's 30 years. The only way it goes up is taxes or if your insurance increases. Yeah. And you could shop around for increase. Or increase. You don't want to shop for increase. Shop for decrease. Lower insurance, but it is usually very minimal. But still, that's the only way the payment for the roof over your head goes up is taxes.
And I hear a lot of people, and I hear a lot of people say,
30 years.
When it's renting, then I don't have to worry about, upkeep. I don't have to spend the money. The landlord's responsible for this. The landlord is not responsible for everything in that house.
No.
There is stuff as a renter that you are still required to do.
A lot of the landlords put it in their lease that you're required for the first $200 worth of stuff that you have to pay.
Yeah.
And then, whatever. But yeah, here's the good news. Whenever we sell you a home, we get you a home warranty that covers. It's just like having, a repair team on call.
Yeah.
Right? They repair all the major parts of the property. So, you know what I compare it to? Extended warranty on a car.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you've got, if you want to add your appliances, you can. Your pool, you can as well. But normally it covers like your plumbing. When I moved into my home, I had to have every single one of my shark bites under the sinks redone because they were 20 years old.
Yeah.
That would have cost me a little over $1,000 from a plumber. I paid $70. That was my copay or whatever, not copay, but my, what do you call it? Deductible for my homeowner's insurance. Yeah. Okay, and the seller paid for my homeowner's insurance for a year. But that covers the plumbing, it covers the electrical in your house. A multitude of things. It can, like I said, it cover your appliances. It gives you peace of mind. So okay, if something goes down, I only have to pay pretty much my deductible. I always talk to you guys about my 2 AC units. I only paid a grand total for the big ticket items like AC units. Those are typically about $7,000 each. I paid $1,000 for 2.
And what about when the AC goes out and you have to call up the landlord? You got to wait for them to go do the stuff.
You got to wait for them to coordinate it, and you're sweating. Your kids are hot.
You're dying in there. Yeah.
You take over that control because it's your home. So don't believe those commercials. And then another thing about Vegas, I'm just going to be straight up, you guys. I get it if I'm in Seattle or Cali. We got weather really tearing up the houses, rain and all the things, bugs. We live in a desert.
Yeah.
Not to say things don't go left, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been a homeowner for, almost 10 years now, too. And I've had to change 2 AC units through my home warranty. That plumbing I just told you about. Is there anything else that's happened? And I'm being honest because y'all know I love the Lord. I'm not going to let him block my blessing for sitting here lying to you guys. So I'm going to be honest with you. That is it. In 2 homes, that is it.
My one home in, 14 years? I think I replaced a water heater for $800.
Oh, yeah, those go out. But those aren't that expensive. They do go out.
$800 because I didn't do the home warranty at that point in time. Otherwise, the warranty would have taken care of it.
Gotcha.
But I didn't. I had lapsed it at that point.
Thank God it was just a water heater.
Just the water heater. And it didn't do any damage. It just needed to be replaced. It just stopped working. I think I had a handyman come over and had to fix my stove once that cost me like $200. Like, those are appliances. That's not even the house. And right now, obviously, I mentioned a few weeks ago we had our flood. That's all under my homeowner's insurance. That was a thing that happened. They're fixing everything. I'm getting updated new stuff in there. But other than that, that's it. I haven't had anything
and
on my house.
That's being honest,
14 years.
Honestly, we don't have rain. We don't have bugs. We don't have termites. You know what I mean? Like that. We don't have stuff that really just tears your house up over time. In my opinion, I've been doing this for a decade. Even when I do when we do inspections, there's usually just caulking. You need to do some caulking, little stuff. You know, it's not like 100-year-old home in Louisiana.
Right?
You can't compare it. And we get a lot of people that move here from out of state.
Yeah.
And I get it. They're like worried about the roof and they're worried about the things. And I get it because they come from a place where that is a major problem. We have tile roofs out here for the most part.
Yeah.
Right? Those last forever. A couple cracked tiles, but I mean, a roof leak. Have you ever in your career? I've yet to see a roof leak
on an
come
old
across
shingle
an
house that
inspection.
was 50 some odd years old,
Yeah.
maybe, and they just had a little patch.
That somebody can put, an email in your email and saying you and your family got to up everything. You've been living there for 10 years. You know how much stuff you accumulate in 10 years?
Oh, girl.
And now you got to up and move in the middle of the, like my neighbor said, oh my goodness, I got to sit here and move my kids. She's got 4 kids and all my stuff in 120-degree weather now, Monique. She said, I wish I could buy right now, Monique.
You don't get to pick the time. When they're ready, they're ready. It's not your choice to put that house on the market and sell it because you've outgrown it.
Yep, absolutely. Well, what about buyers that are worried about their job security? What would you say about that, Beck?
About job security? I mean, there's a lot of people that have, stuff going on in the world today. And, it's very valid because we do see what's happening with things that are going on in the climate right now. But, I always tell everybody, we're not one of those teams that try to push people to max out their budgets and do stuff like that. Purchase with what you're comfortable with.
Make sure you can afford it.
Yeah,
right. And we're big on that.
absolutely.
We're big on that. That's why we get the money from the seller for the closing costs. So we can also talk about buying down your rates and doing things like that to make it affordable for you. Now, here's the last one. We got to wrap it up. I wish we had more time. We're probably going to continue this next
right?
week. Yeah. So I want to say something to people that think they have to pay off every debt before they buy. That's not true, you guys. All right. Homeowners have debt. We have debt. Cars, student loans, credit cards. That does not automatically prevent you from an approval. I would say pay down your credit card so that your credit score goes up. But the focus is usually monthly affordability, right? You just want to make sure that you're able to afford your mortgage. All right. So many buyers will qualify sooner than they think. Okay. Just focusing on paying down your credit cards. That's all. We don't want you paying off cars. Did you know that when you pay off a car, your credit drops?
Yes, I did. It's crazy how that works. They tell you got to be careful.
Isn't that crazy? And don't ever close a credit card. I didn't know that.
Yep.
I thought I was doing the right thing when I moved to Austin. By the way, I used to live in Round Rock. Boop, boop. Anyways, I said, let me set myself up. So I paid off my car, paid off all my credit cards, shut them all down. I was like, debt-free. Woohoo. And my credit dropped over 100 points. I could not believe it. Anyways, guys, that's a whole nother story.
I don't agree with the rules, but you got to play by them.
Right. So, guys, I hope this helped you guys a little bit. I hope you just, if maybe we didn't tackle your question this week, but we will get to it. I promise you. Next week, we're going to probably jump back into this because this was good,
Absolutely.
702-984-3700. Welcome Home Show 91.5 at Gmail is my email. At Realtor Monique Buchanan is on IG. Welcome home with Monique.com. You can surf the website. You can check out and see how much your own home is worth if you're thinking about listing. But if you are thinking about buying, we're getting other people to pay your cost right now. 702-984-3700. We're also putting you in zero down programs if that's what you need. You can pull from 401k. You can get a gift from a family member if they've got the coin. Okay? And then go ahead and buy down your rate or use a program to make that affordable for you. That way you're locking that security in for 30 years. Becky, thank you so much for joining us today, like always.
Well, thank you so much for having me, as always.
I hope our listeners learned a lot of things to keep people from buying their homes are actually just misconceptions. So if you've been sitting on the sidelines wondering if it's time for you or if it's possible for you, don't count yourself out before you explore your options, you guys. So sometimes the answer is a lot better than you think, but you gotta give it a shot, right, Beck?
Absolutely, every time. Remember, no matter what's happening in the world, there's something special about having a place to call home.
Absolutely. It's called security, right?
That's right.
Knowing you've got somewhere to lay your head and nobody can tell you that it's time to go.